Good morning, guys. Today we are going over Lesson 5 in Agriscience 1, Unit 1, Building Professional Skills Using Technology. This is going to be a quick lesson. This one just basically is general over using the internet wisely, which is really important, being that you are in a virtual school. So we'll just talk about it very quickly. I want you to read over this on your own. And then in the next videos, we'll go over your activity and your unit quiz. So one thing that you need to be sure of whenever you're using the internet is the URL. So that's going to be the address like you see at the top of your screen, like this one up here. Okay, so if an address ends in gov.mil, which is for military, or edu, it's a good source. It says .gov is for government agencies, mil is for the military, and edu is colleges and universities. So typically those are going to put together good information that's fact-checked, and those are great to use in any assignments, any reports that you're doing. .com and .org you can use. However, they're not always the best sources. Okay, and then it goes on and it talks about making sure your sources are correct, being aware of bad ones. One thing that you should not use are crowdsourced websites. So it says those where answers and information come from the public. Wikipedia, this is going to be the number one that you think of whenever you think of a crowdsourced website. So if you don't know, Wikipedia is a site where anybody can edit it. So I've had friends that have edited things on Wikipedia sites that was not accurate. So that just tells you right there that is not a good source to use if you're doing a scholarly article or you're using it to find facts. So don't use Wikipedia or forums where people just go and they put their discussions and they type their own answers. Facebook is not reliable. So you want to make sure you use credible sources is kind of the gist that they're trying to get at. And this is really important in agriculture because a lot of people are bad about just reading what you see and thinking that it's true. And people get bad information from agriculture this way. They don't see the truth. So that's why it's really important that we spread the correct information. Okay, here's a vocab word, netiquette. It's basically like the word etiquette, but for the internet. So that means having good manners and practices on the internet. You should have this at all times, especially in the school setting. And I know they talked about this in orientation, so that's why we're kind of going over it briefly. So unless you're communicating with a close friend or family member, you need to have good netiquette. So all of your emails should begin with a greeting. So dear, their name. End with a salutation, sincerely, best, thank you. Use proper grammar and spelling. Okay, you want to sound professional. Spell check and Grammarly are awesome. I use them all the time. There's no shame in using that to make yourself look more professional. Try not to use slang. Use proper words. So their example is use children instead of kids. Don't type in all caps. This says it's the equivalent of yelling. Don't forward an email unless you're certain the person who sent it to you wouldn't mind you forwarding it. Keep the message history in the email. Don't delete it. If you have a new topic, start a new topic with a subject line. Subject lines are important. It kind of is a summary or a preview of what the email is about. So then it goes on to talk about your resume. So for your activity that you're going to be doing next, you're actually going to be making a resume and a cover letter. Okay. A resume is a written document to itemize your qualifications. It's basically you on a piece of paper, what skills you have. So you want this to look really, really good because this is what employers look at when you are applying for a job. A cover letter is just basically a letter to the employer where you type why you want to apply for that job, what job you're applying for, how you're qualified, and thank them for applying. So then you've got some questions to answer, so go answer these. A short lesson today. The next video, I will talk about building your resume and cover letter. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to fill out an office hour